Good morning, all, and a very warm welcome. A very good morning to you all on this Wednesday morning. Welcome all to Pravra Rural College of Architecture, Loni, and its Manthan Discussion Forum 6. We welcome you all on this day, and we have two wonderful speakers with us who would be sharing their views and their research with us in a in an interesting way. Today, we have Manasi Gaikwad from BKPS College of Architecture, Pune, who has been the fourth year student and currently pursuing her final year at BKPS College of Architecture. She loves reading books and interpreting them to bring out positive outcome. And this very habit of hers has led her to give her an opportunity to write a very interesting paper on designed outdoor spaces for better educational outcome. She has presented this paper at the National Conference of Research in Architecture 2019-20 at D.Y. Patil School of Architecture. And we are very lucky and glad to have her here on this day to listen to her and to share her ideas with us. Welcome, Mansi, to this Manthan session or discussion forum for Pravra Rural College of Architecture, Loni. Welcome, and I invite you to start with your presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. To one and all present here, my name is Manasi, and I'm here to present my research paper. The title of my research paper is Design Outdoor Spaces for Better Educational Outcome. Before starting my presentation, I would like to thank Pravra Rural College of Architecture for providing such a wonderful platform, Manthan, and also the principal, Rajeshri Jagtap ma'am, for this opportunity to present here. I will start with my presentation. Over the period of time, education system has entirely reshaped from its roots. The history of Indian education comes from Gurukul system, where the learning happened in the amidst of nature. Like teachers used to give the lessons in between the nature, in the trees and everything. As against the commonly teaching practice today, which includes blackboard centered learning within the four walls leading to restricted learning. Physical environment plays a major role in determining the quality of learning, in kindling curiosity and imagination of children. Potential outdoor spaces around the school building are often neglected. These outdoor spaces, by way of design interventions, can be evolved to create active learning platform for students. Students can more often go outside and learn different things from the nature rather than sitting in a confined place in a classroom. This would help them to evolve more than to bring them back to their own shells. The purpose of my paper, the aim of my research paper, is to verify designed outdoor spaces that can create a considerable impact on educational outcome of students. Today, everybody has limited themselves, but it is time for exploring more. Outdoor learning can help in boosting of self-esteem, finding calmness, focus, boosting sense of community, and many more advantages can come from outdoor learning. The goal of this paper is to study the difference between outdoor and indoor learning processes. It will also deal with different outdoor spaces which can later be used as classrooms for students. The search is limited to students of age till 16, that is till 10th standard. It aims to be implemented in all kinds of school, but mainly focusing on residential school, which has huge area to spare, where they can create small pockets of outdoor learning spaces for students to sit there and learn. They can also sit by themselves and explore more about themselves as well as educate themselves about more other different things. I started with my research paper and I conducted the whole methodology through case studies and interviews of different teachers and students of different schools. The first school which I selected was Rishi Gurukulam. This is near Pune, in Katarkhadak Hills. It is equidistant from the major cities Pune and Mumbai. It is a residential school. It belongs to the foundation Siddha Samadhi Yoga. Their classes are conducted outside except the month of monsoon, where the classes are conducted inside. They have created small pockets. Here we can see site plan. I've put on the site plan. The red location marks are the outdoor spaces or the outdoor classrooms they have created around the campus. And I've listed down the places where they have created this outdoor spaces. Here is one of the classroom photo which I have, which when I visited, they were conducting a class there. So when I interacted with the teachers as well as the students, I found out that the energy level of students was much more higher outside than the inside. They were more curious to learn things. They were more enthusiastic when they were outside rather than inside. Live instance for teachers, live instances can be given to the students. For example, while learning science, till 10th standard, we can give many live examples from the nature itself. Teachers also found it sometimes difficult to control the student, but they thought that the other things were distracting, but they were also kind of a learning aid for the students. So it was never a problem for the teachers to kind of control the students. The second case study which I took was Akshar Nandan School, which is on Senapati Bapat Road. It is a kind of the school is kind of in an urban area. The school was built in 1992, established by the NG Naralkar Foundation. They have included in outdoor learning skills for smaller classes so as to improve their motor skills, communication skills, problem solving abilities, and so on. They're able to conduct very few outdoor classes for secondary students because of the place confinements, because they don't have enough space as being in the urban area, but they have created small urban area or sprawls for the smaller kids where they can kind of play around the open spaces. And the playground over there, they've converted into small outdoor kind of seating areas and everything. The students can learn and simply be there and learn from the nature. The teachers whom I talked with, they had this inferences that the knowledge that students grasped outside was much more than they did indoors. They were enthusiastic and attentive compared to indoors. As the number of students are more in this particular school, so it was difficult for them to control the students as they were, they sprawled around. The surrounding was also chaotic, being in an urban area. So that was also one drawback which they observed teaching students outdoors. The third school is in Bangalore. This is an AKA school. This is for primary students itself. They have 13 indoor and outdoor learning, like semi-opened or semi-covered areas or completely open areas. Here is the plan I have included. They have like one indoor classroom and one outdoor classroom. According to the subject and according to the grasping power and other factors, they conducted some classes inside and some classes outside. I've added the picture of a semi-covered kind of a place which they have created so that students are somewhat inside and somewhat outside. These other elements which are there, which can be created by us, like the sand or the pavement or these small things like the trees around, these can also play a major role in teaching the students or providing them with more knowledge which they can grasp by themselves other than teaching them each and everything. Design interventions for adapting outdoor spaces. After learning from these three schools and after analyzing and looking from them, I have jot down some certain points. Like the first one is outdoor learning needs some shaded areas as the sun can be there or the rain can be there. So these spaces under trees or tree house can be developed in the vicinity of the school building. Students may also acquire seating chairs for back support. The in-between spaces between the two blocks can be used for structured classes. Like they can have a blackboard kind of a thing in between the walls can be used as a blackboard and learning can happen over there. Natural learning methods such can be used as resources for counting, craft work, pattern making, and recognizing colors. This is mostly for the smaller kids, like the outdoor material that we choose or the trees that we choose as an architects. They can be such that they can help these small children to develop the skills on their own instead of teaching each and every small detail of what's happening outside. The next part, selecting and planting species that will invite more birds, bees, and butterflies, is to promote a diverse and fuller interaction of children with nature in school. At times, children also need private moments to reflect and spaces to be alone. These spaces can help in improvising their character, or they can help in building their character. The choices of material aim to provide, play, and enhance the school's culture and territory. Long lasting organic material that allows students to experience different texture and smell can be used. The design approach can be minimalistic with very little harm made to nature. Instead of using very different kind of materials, we can always use materials which are available or the nature or plants which are already available, and portray them in a more designic or more aesthetic way so that students are more attracted and they can learn from the existing environment. The learning landscape communicates the community's knowledge, tradition, and values. It also promotes active free play, healthy lifestyle habits, positive relationship, and well being. Thus, I'm concluding my presentation by saying after studying the above cases, it is found out that outdoor learning helps in academics as well as overall development of a child. Thus, education can be redefined as the knowledge that includes all the subject from academics to play activities. The 21st century requires such polyfunctional educational spaces that can provide more opportunities and more learning experiences to these children. Such and cognitive development of a student. Design outdoor spaces enhance and improvise the educational outcome of students. As architects, we can give the school outdoor another meaning and contribute to the students' learning, well being, motivation for attending the school, and sense of belonging. Thank you.
Thank you, Mansi, for a very wonderful presentation. It was interesting. So, I have a few questions for you and I'd like to discuss further this parameter of designing outdoor spaces from a point of view of educational background. Uh, I would like to ask you, like, which classes can be best conducted outside rather than inside, and which age group do you think is very, uh, it will be very useful for which age group?
Okay, coming to the classes which can be conducted outside, the first school which I visited was Rishi Gurukulam, and they had like classes from first to 10th. So when I interacted with the teachers over there, they were like science, like subjects like science, which where we can give live instances to students can be very helpful for the students as well as teacher to teach it easily and for students to understand it very easily. The discussion type of classes like history can also be taken outside where the interaction is more between the students and the teacher, and the classes which are more, the students from the classes from like 8th to 10th are very attentive in such kinds of interactive sessions and everything.
Okay. So, do you suggest that the entire educational system should take up this kind of an approach of building design,
Yes, I
or
feel
it should be restricted to first to 10th only?
Actually, everyone should take this outcome. I mean, everyone should practice this outdoor kind of a learning. But I just restricted this for these kind of students because they're at that age, they're quite immature and they're learning many things and experiencing many things. For them, that can be an entirely different experience than for the grown-ups who are after 10. So I feel that for them, it would be a very nice learning experience, and they can learn more of themselves rather than depending on someone else so that give me that information and then I can learn on myself. I feel that way.
Yes, that is a fantastic approach. One thing which comes to my mind is when we are talking about outdoor spaces, normally when we talk with the clients, the first question they ask you, how do you tackle rain or how do you tackle sun? Because these are the weather conditions which we need to handle as architects. Even though we feel that outdoor learning is a very interesting as well as very informative kind of methodology, but what are your views? How do should we go about handling such kind of challenges from environmental point of view?
Okay, in that case, I feel we are very lucky that we are in India because India has a very good climate apart from the monsoon season. So, apart from that, we can definitely conduct these classes outside because, as I mentioned in my last slides, that shading devices are compulsory. Like from sun, we need the protection. But rainy seasons are limited to like 2 to 3 months, and we can definitely manage those. And whenever we have an outdoor classroom, we also have an indoor classroom. So we can, I mean, we can combine both of them and have a very nice and diverse learning experience and surrounding.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I think this is a very good solution, what you are talking about. That yes, we are in India and the environmental conditions here are very suitable for outdoor activities during the entire year. Like we are not restricted to particular season. So I think your solution will be an interesting solution to it. One more challenge which we as architects face, like we are based in rural areas, so at the pre-discussion we were discussing that yes, we have very beautiful outdoor spaces. We have that kind of space to have outdoor spaces and get them designed or incorporated. Because as compared to urban spaces or urban areas, rural areas have a lot of potential in developing such kind of spaces. But the main challenge comes when we are talking about the urban spaces. So, what do you think? How you should implement them in urban areas where schools are developing?
Yes, in urban areas, mostly the schools go vertical, like they like to build up more because they have less area. So I feel like semi-open terraces, like classroom and a terrace. So one indoor classroom and one outdoor classroom, or many a times the terraces are not utilized by the schools. Like they are left barren and they are not at all. I mean, they don't even think of redeveloping or redesigning the terraces. So students can come up and enjoy the views and everything. So I think that terraces as well as some kind of outdoor sprawl can be created in this vertical kind of structures so that they can
Okay, so
enjoy.
so this is also a fantastic ideas to have a very well designed terraces and maybe landscaped also along with it to create a very interactive space. Yes, Mansi, it was a very interesting talk with you. And we definitely feel that your topic you will take further as a research and also create your own data bank or knowledge base for such kind of spaces when you go for your higher education and also in your professional practice. So thank you, Mansi, for being with us. And it was wonderful to listen to your presentation and also to listen to your viewpoints. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
So
ma'am,
moving
for
on to
giving me a
our
wonderful.
yes, thank you, Mansi. Uh, yes. So moving on to our next speaker, Ms. Priyanka Chaphekar. She is also a fourth year student from BKPS College of Architecture and she is currently in her final year. And her presentation is titled Understanding Building Image Perceptions Through Associated Adjectives. She is pursuing her final year BArch from BKPS College of Architecture, and she has been actively involved in publishing and editing team of the college magazine. She has also participated in college exhibition and has displayed her work for general public. She is also a member of Feed Pune and has participated in National Region, Research Conference where she had published her papers. She has also published her research paper in IJER journal. And she has a very good hobbies of reading, listening to music, poetry, and sketching and painting. Today, we are very lucky to have her here in our discussion forum, Manthan Session 6. and to understand her views from a very different perspective, because her topic itself is very dynamic and challenging, where we try to understand building image perceptions through associated adjectives. And I feel this will her research will also give us a very wonderful insights into how to perceive a building image and how to link them with the prospective adjectives and try to create environment which is more sustainable and more uh, aesthetically oriented. So, Priyanka, welcome to this forum today. And we are very eager to listen to your presentation. So, over to you, Priyanka. Is she online?
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Priyanka and I will be presenting research understand image perceptions associated adjectives. So starting with the presentation, thank architect and architect Rajeshwari Jagtapu for providing me with the using to and so associated. So that's a very big title. So what does that mean? So what it basically means is we immediately get some but then building says or it's colonial. So each person and each the what exactly what impression, what adjectives do these lay people associate with paintings? So these are so I thought that because the stone is there, that's why this calmness and the serenity which I'm getting is because of the material which is surrounding that stone. So I thought, well, each material would have its own effect and would have its own impression impact on me. Similarly, it would be by each person's mind. So I thought it would be interesting to know what various people think about various materials which are used on building. So the aim is to understand common people's impressions on various buildings, building materials as a kind. Yeah, in the aim was the objective as follows, that understanding different perceived agents associated which the people who are associated with so that objective would also depend on the individual itself or herself. And so it was also what adjective does a particular set of people in mostly set basically trying to create an experience and to create an impression in the minds of the users. But the end users, the people who are actually using the building, would have different perceptions individualistically. So perceptions for each person would be different in spite of the architect trying to project something in his own mind. So it was this by the architect, the perception of the user. From the perception, the user is going to form an impression, and on this impression, adjectives would be associated with the building. The perception. So what is perception and what is emotion? Perception is take hold of. And emotion is the way through which a person is going to contact the environment. In and the emotion by what the person is, which the user is going to be exposed. So in research were not buildings but the individual professionals or exposures with but with similar cultural background. So different professional exposures because to understand variability with similar cultural background. So that at least one parameter is similar. Uh, that is a fixed variable in the research. The independent variable were the building descriptions and is it a stone building, is it a brick building, is it a brick building, is it a steel structure, and the dependent variable is associated or individual. So that is associated to just put for stone or and so the attribute considered this section was only reading material, and specifically in that was finished. And the speech was of the Pune city. People within Pune city were interviewed, and the interview questions only easily avoid impressions. And to show in photograph or take the person to a specific place and ask them to associate adjectives with the questions were clearly from the minds of the subjects. And the outcome of this research would be comprehensive, as it could be applied only to and it's difficult for this research to have a global or universal application. In my research, the methodology like I said, material based. And I considered six materials for my criteria, which was stone, brick, glass, steel, concrete, and wooden building. That is the number of people that interviewed. Also, this was the number of people that interviewed. So there were 31 years of age. All of them were had this is the pie chart which I did, which gives information about the percentage of various professionals. So there were engineers, lawyers, teachers, students, businessmen, housewives, and other miscellaneous professions. Okay, so what I observed after about their opinions about the influence of materials, that veteran people had more experience and more exposure, and some people had limited experience and so this travel could also be in the form of um, it could also be in the form of sorry where the traveling was related to sometimes to their profession, sometimes just as a leisure trip out. And so the people who had traveled more, they were used to more kinds of buildings.
Priyanka, sorry to interrupt you. Due to technical reasons, we are not able to hear and see your screen. Priyanka,
And
Priyanka,
to the contrary, if I asked a person about and if I asked him what is most important about
Priyanka, Priyanka, sorry to disturb you. Audience, we are sorry that we are not able to hear Priyanka's voice as well as see her PPT. We will schedule immediately in 5-10 minutes her presentation on the next link, which we will be sharing with you. So thank you very much for being a part of Manthan Session 6, and we'll get back to you with Priyanka in just a while. Thank you very much.